Hello and welcome to this webinar with the Greater Birmingham Chamber of Commerce in connection with HSBC. My name is Jason Simpson. I'm the Patron Manager of the Greater Birmingham Chamber of Commerce. And as I say, welcome to this introducing HSBC's Digital Financial Wellbeing Programme. I'd like to introduce our colleagues from HSBC. So we have Pat Johnston, who's the Financial Wellbeing Consultant. We have Mwange Malawo, who's a Network Manager for HSBC UK Personal and Wealth Banking. And in the background today, we'll also have Paul Holbrook, who's the Local Director for the Birmingham market for HSBC. So I'd like to hand you over to Pat, who will take you through today's webinar.
Thank you very much, Jason. Mwange, would you just like to go ahead, please?
Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Jason, for that lovely introduction. So, yes, as Jason has kindly mentioned, my name is Mwange. I'm a network manager in Birmingham. My role is essentially supporting our frontline staff to provide amazing customer service to our customers, but also seeking opportunities for us to create with our local community, especially on the subject of financial wellbeing. I'm joined today by my line manager, Paul Holbrook, the local director for our Birmingham branches. And his job is also very much geared towards getting into the community and just seeing how we can help people like yourselves with financial well-being, which also leads us on to Pat Johnston, definitely last but certainly not least. Pat is our specialist for financial well-being, and she will give us a wealth of information today, so please stay tuned. And at the end, please use the chat function to ask us any questions that you may have that Jason will kindly relate to us. Thank you, Pat. I'll hand over to you now.
Thank you very much, Mwange. Okay, so the introductions have been done. Myself, as Mwange said, I'm the Financial Wellbeing Consultant, work closely with Mwange in the branch network, looking after our customers every single day, with Paul, our local director, overseeing everything that we do and making sure that we continue to look after every single customer that not only walks through our door, but also interacts with us either via the internet or on phone chat, whichever way possible. Okay, without further ado, so what is financial wellbeing in the marketplace? What does that look like for you? Thank you very much for taking this time out this morning. So I'm going to try and explain in a very short time what our financial wellbeing programme looks like. So why did HSBC start doing this? So around 5 years ago, HSBC recognised in the workplace financial wellbeing, physical wellbeing and mental wellbeing were absolutely massive discussions going on in the workplace. And basically we wanted to know how we could help our customers, non-customers, anybody out there who needed some kind of financial direction. So physical financial well-being, since COVID, we do everything digitally. So now what we do, we deliver Zoom seminars. We deliver them on a daily basis of all different subjects. There's a lot of talk out there, and if people have got financial worries, they can tend to make them physically unwell and actually mentally unwell. And actually, most of the time, there's very easy, simple solutions for us to guide them with information and signposting to where they can get help and where they can get to be in a good space. We all know that money is very important to us, but actually what that looks like for each and every individual is very different, and there are solutions available. And we're not here to sell anything today. It's not a product push. There's no charge for this service. It's completely free. And what we do, we go out and we educate people in the marketplace. Now, as I mentioned before, it's purely digital. So actually we arrange lots of webinars on a daily basis to educate people. They can join as and when it's convenient for them and the business. As I say, when we first started 5 years ago, we opened this out to all of HSBC's business customers, but now actually it's actually UK nationwide. So people don't have to bank with us to take advantage of this opportunity. And it's widely acknowledged that actually there's a lot of discussion out there needed to help people find their feet. We're in the financial business, so we like to think we know about these particular topics. And actually, it might just be having a chat with someone and giving them direction and signposting to where they can go to get help. We talk about anything to do with personal finances. It could be lending, it could be debt, it could be managing and growing wealth. It could be, how do I get on the property ladder? What do I do? What are the 8 steps to buying my first home? How do I get there? What does that look like? It might be that people are just starting out in work and actually they don't know about pay slips, they don't understand tax, they don't understand the basics of banking. So actually it's just a program geared to help educate people, signpost them and allow them to get better at managing their finances as they're ready to do so. Okay, so what does that look like? So it comes in a variety of different sources. The first main thing is a financial health check. So everybody and anybody over the age of 18 can email on the bottom left, health-check@hsbc.com. You can email us and you can request a financial health check. And what that is, it's a half an hour confidential chat about your finances, about what's on your mind. Some people will say they want to talk to me about pensions. Some people might say I'm struggling, I'm in debt and I don't know where to go. Some people might say I've got £20,000 and I don't know where to invest it. We will not give them advice, but we will give them factual information and signposting, which will hopefully help them increase their knowledge and confidence around their finances, which will hopefully increase their capabilities and help them so it doesn't distract them whilst they're at work, because they're not at work worrying about their finances and how they're going to pay their bills. We do budgeting seminars, we do savings seminars, we talk to young people about credit ratings and credit history and how important that is to start looking after as soon as you start work. So it's all of those different aspects of personal finance that we can talk to people about. And if you want to arrange an appointment, we can give this to you at the end of the session, but basically your employees, if they want to talk to somebody independent, in complete confidence, they can have a chat with us over the telephone and we will give them guidance. We may well direct them back to their own bank to ask for certain things, and then they can be on their way and feel much happier about their finances. Have we actually got any questions at the moment, Jason?
There's nothing in the chat box at the moment, but as we've said, please do add any questions into the chat box, and then I can relay those to to Pat and Mwange.
Thank you very much. There are no silly questions, so please, if you've got any questions, please pop them in the Q&A. So what's in it for employees? Well, basically, hopefully, it will help them manage their finances. We all only know what we know. And financial education starts when you start earning money and working for a living, but actually it can take you all the way through the rest of your life. And it's really, really important that you know the basics so you can plan for your future. You can see what that looks like. You can have financial goals and you can work towards them. And they might well change as you go through your working journey. But actually, if you've got a plan in place, you're more likely to reach your goals and aspirations than if there is no plan in place and what that looks like for you. Some people with regards to money, they're afraid to talk to people about finances. They don't like to talk about it. They'd rather just bury their head and ignore the letters from the bank. But actually talking to someone, there might be a really, really easy solution. And as I say, there's no product push, no product bias. We are here for education and signposting, and that's it. Again, the typical subjects on the right-hand side. We've got managing and growing your wealth if you're looking to invest money, or if you're looking to save for the future. You might want to know about lifetime ISAs and what benefits that are for young people. Even though the banks don't do lifetime ISAs, you can actually earn a 25% bonus on savings up to £1,000 a year by saving in a lifetime ISA for when you buy your first home. So it's all about what's your goals and aspirations, how long have we got to get you there, and we will give you some direction. I've mentioned home buying a couple of times. What is the process? What will the banks allow us to lend? What does that look like? What are the steps? What do I need to do to get on that journey? Leaving a legacy, do we know about wills? Do we know the importance of making a will? If we have got dependents or if we've got assets, have we made a will? If we haven't, it might be something we want to think about. Starting your career, I've already mentioned, if you're an apprentice or if you're a graduate, you're just starting out in your working life, it's a fantastic opportunity to find out finances in general, and then you can make your own decisions as you go along. When you start your career, you might be asked if you want to join the local pension scheme. If you're asked that, please join the scheme, because actually what that generally means is that your employer will be paying money for you into a pension scheme. And the younger you join a pension scheme, the longer that money has to grow and the more benefit you will get when you're 55 or 57 and above, dependent upon your age and when you retire. There's a real great Making the Most of Your Money seminar, which covers all of those subjects just in a little detail. And then we've got You and Your Family, particularly for new parents. And basically it gives you hints and tips on childcare benefits, benefits that might help you moving forward with finances, and just little snippets and savings hacks that you might think, actually, that's a great idea. I'll think about that for my family, for my future. But actually, you can see on the screen, 1 in 2 UK adults would feel better if they had a better knowledge and understanding of finances. So please don't underestimate the importance of knowing what we're doing on a daily basis, because it will make us feel better and we can get on and enjoy life. It's all about balance. It's all about working hard and enjoying what we've got, but planning a little bit for the future as well. Okay, so now I come on to Always On. So Always On is our new 2022 vision for all customers across the UK, whether you bank with HSBC or not. And basically each week HSBC will run 20 sessions a week, and they will be of all different subjects to do with personal finances. Now, if you would like your business to be on this mailing list, and all I need is a name and a contact number or a contact email address, and we can put you on our mailing list. And basically, every week of every month next year, we will deliver financial wellbeing sessions, and your people can join them at their leisure. They can join them on subjects that might be pertinent to them. But it's something free. You don't have to pay for this. You don't actually have to do any groundwork apart from allow us to send these details to you so you can distribute to your team. If they then want to go on and have further conversations, they can opt to do that in their own time. But for now, Always On is a program, it's a rolling program that HSBC have now devised, because we're digital and because this is the way we're going to operate in the future. And it'll be webinars that will give your people the power to actually be in charge of their own finances and in charge of their own direction. And if and when they need a bit of guidance, they can come back and have a chat with us, or they can go on our website and they can have a look what's available on there, or they can go in and see beautiful people like Mwange and her team in Birmingham New Street to have a chat on a one-to-one basis. Okay, so I've just brought up a variety of some of the sessions that your people can expect to see. So we've got budgeting. How do you take control of your finances? What type of budgeting apps are out there? If I've never done a budget, how do I know how to get on that route? What would that look like for me? Am I digital? Am I the old pen and paper? Do I like doing Excel spreadsheets? What does that look like? This budgeting half an hour quick hit session will actually give people an insight to why they need to budget or think about budgeting, what it can do for them, and what that looks like and how to go about it. There's managing debt. A lot of people don't like to talk about debt. They don't know that there's different avenues to go to. So all the UK high street banks work with registered debt charities. HSBC, for example, are registered debt charities, step change, but we will also offer national debt. We will also offer any kind of charity that will never put people in a worse situation than they are already. We can tell these people there is a way out. We can give them options and we can give them hope, because there's a lot of debt out there, and actually some people don't know that they can get help, and they absolutely can. There's credit scoring. So what's the concept of credit scoring? Do we know what that's all about? Funnily enough, a lot of young people do know about credit scoring because they're mobile, they've got digital apps, they go on and have a look at their score all the time. It's really important that if people are thinking about taking any borrowing in the future, that they know what their credit score is, what that means and what that looks like, what the implications might be if their credit score is really high, or actually if it's really low, because it could be the difference between them actually being able to get that mortgage or get that loan for their new car, or actually not. So credit scoring, it's a half an hour hit. It's explained in detail what it is all about, how you can do it safely online, and then how you can check it without a cost to you, unless you want more in-depth reports where you can sign up and you can pay a monthly fee. We've also got fraud seminars, which actually teaches people about how other customers are actually losing their life savings to fraudsters. Unfortunately, every 10 or 11 seconds of every day, someone in the UK is losing their worldly savings. And they're losing them to fraudsters who every second of every day are trying to get our bank details. They're trying to empty our bank accounts, whether that's by email, text or telephone. So we can give you some hints and tips on how to keep yourself safe. We talk about savings. So there's hundreds of different savings accounts out there. What's right for you? It's going to be different for each and every person. And for some people, they feel so confused, they don't open one because they don't know which one to open. They don't know what it does, and they don't know which one to go for, so they leave it. But if you don't know, this is something we can talk about. We can give them options, and then they can go back to their own bank and they can do their research and decide where they want the savings accounts and where they want to hold them. We talk about saving and investing. So investing for the future, which is medium to long term, which is minimum recommendation 5 years and above. Some people invest in property, some people invest in pensions. It's all about what's right for the individual, because there is no one shoe fits all. So if you are interested in investing, whether that's property or pensions or just long term for something else that you want to do, please have a chat, because we can give you options. You can go away and research, and then you can make your own decisions. We also talk about protection. There's a protection seminar for half an hour, and we all know, always expect the unexpected. We never know what's around the corner. We always need money put aside for the unexpected. When we talk to our customers, we recommend they have 3 different types of savings pots. Now, within those pots, there might be numerous amounts of accounts, but actually you have a short term, a medium term and a long term. And no matter how much you can afford to save on a yearly basis, on a monthly basis, if you split your savings, at least you've got some for now, some for the next couple of years, and then some for long term. But you protect your assets, you protect your children, your family, anything you want to protect. It's all about choice. But we talk about products that are on the marketplace for you to go and research. And last but not least, we talk about pensions. We talk about whether you've got the minimum state government pension or whether you've actually got a company scheme, whether you're self-employed, if you're a higher rate taxpayer, are you taking full advantage of the tax advantages of putting money into your pension? Because if you're a high rate taxpayer, you can claim the money back. You can claim 20% of the tax back if you do a self-assessment. So it's all about maximising what we do with our money so we can feel better about where we are. Have we got any questions, Jason, or are they all very quiet?
Yeah, yes, it is. It's all quiet at the moment. Pat, there's nothing come through on the chat as yet. I mean, just from my perspective, you know, I can see how useful this would be for young members of staff, you know, just starting out in their careers, that are starting to manage their money. They might be starting to think about, you know, buying their first house, or thinking about pensions. So I can see how that would be really useful. And also for members of staff that might be having financial difficulty as well, and have got, you know, more specific questions around any of these different areas. What would you say is the best way to promote this to staff in an organisation?
So basically, I can send any business owner just a flyer to advertise the financial wellbeing sessions, and all the business owner has to do is to send it out via email to their employees. It's open to everyone. We won't turn anybody down. There's no cost. We're not going to try and sell them anything. That's not what this is about. It's about education and signposting. They can either get in contact with myself, they can go through health-check at hsbc.com, which will be on the flyer. But or they can go in and see my friends in New Street, Birmingham. So, you know, we will help anyone that's out there. Yes, we speak to a lot of youngsters, but you know what, Jason, it never ceases to surprise me. We go out to businesses and people in their 30s and 40s and 50s, they actually can get some learns from some of our sessions, because we all only know what we know. So yeah, this is open to anyone over the age of 18. If you have got a specific subject in mind, then actually attending one of our sessions would be absolutely useful. And then if you wanted to take it further, you could talk to us on a one-to-one basis.
Pat, I was sorry, Jason, I was just about to add to that in terms of obviously you guys on the webinar today, if it's like sparked anything and you think actually maybe not a seminar but an individual conversation with somebody, I think if you reach out to Pat's got a direct link into myself and Mwange, we can set up an appointment to talk through anything that you've got financially on your mind, but might be a bit more bespoke than the actual seminar itself. So, you know, that's kind of an offer from us in and around the Birmingham area. And obviously Pat will pick up the tranche potentially for your employees in terms of making that offering also, but just wanted to kind of package something up that might help you guys individually, personally also.
So some great couple of questions coming through now, and please keep sending them through. So I've been asked by Teresa, will there be a library of webinars that people can access? Absolutely, there will be. If you just email me with the details on the screen, if you email me, I can send you a library of webinars. I can put your business on the mailing address, and once a month, I can send you all of the webinars that will be delivered. And that's all you have to do, is let your people know that they're out there, and if they want to join them, they're more than welcome. So thank you for that, Teresa. Do we support small business owners just at the startup stage? Paul, is that something that you deal with in business, in banking?
Yep, we do. So I think an app worth looking at is HSBC Kinetic. For anyone looking to start up a small business account. If we're looking at financial support, I think that one would be one to channel through Pat, and then I could pick up with some of my business team in the network to have a conversation there. Because obviously there's a breadth of like support in terms of, you know, financial support and financial education support. So I think I'd just probably want a bit more clarity, but of course we do both of those in terms of financially supporting small businesses, and as Pat's talking about here, the actual education side for your employees. So it'd be good just to perhaps reach out and expand on that point to Pat, and then I can see what we can set up for you. I think we've got another question as well, Pat, from, is it Raji there? Are the webinars delivered by HSBC team or any external specialists?
So this is all HSBC specialists within the financial wellbeing team. This is our programme. We do this, there is no fee, there is no buy-in needed. All you have to do, if you want to, is to allow your employees to join our sessions. This is our session. This is what we've built up over the last 5 years. And yeah, there's no fee for this. And we will deliver it to your employees along with other employees on a weekly basis moving forward from January.
Hi, Pat. I was just wondering, do you think it's worth also sharing some of the feedback that you've received from these sessions from previous business owners?
So we've had various amazing feedback from certain companies. We work with large corporates, we work with medium-sized businesses and small business banking groups. So the feedback, it's like, you've made an amazing difference to our people. Thank you for coming out and sharing your ideas. We've had feedback from individuals. We do gain feedback from our seminars. So we ask people to let us know what was good, how they found it. It is actually anonymous feedback, but we know which business they're from. So for example, if you were to say to me, yes, Pat, I've put this out to my team, can you let me know some verbatim feedback? So I can't give names of people who've given this feedback, but actually over the last few years, we've got hundreds of pieces of feedback where we've helped individuals and businesses actually get the momentum growing in their business, because there's a great chat about, actually our business really cares about us, our employer cares about us, to the fact that they're allowing us half an hour to do something for ourselves. And if I go back to the financial well-being, the physical well-being and the mental well-being, they all have a knock-on effect. So if you do this for your employees, it's not costing you anything. You're giving them time to actually sort out their finances and to help them be in a better position. And it will hopefully be a win-win for you in terms of productivity for your people and your business.
I think, Pat, we've just got another query there from Deepika. Will the library of webinars be new or repeats?
So they will be repeated constantly. So we've got a library of events that we've actually got agreed by compliance, which we have to do because we're a business. So actually all the different subjects will be covered at different times on different days throughout each week. So if people can't make one webinar, they might choose another webinar in another week's time or a couple of weeks' time when it suits their diary. But bear in mind, these subjects cover everything to do with personal finances. So there isn't a subject not on our library that you might want to talk about with regards to personal finances. And actually, that's a great question, because when you have a one-to-one, we will open that up. We will ask you about your family. We will ask you about your residence. We'll ask you about your employment. We'll ask you about savings. We'll ask you about goals and aspirations. We'll ask you personal questions about, have you made wills? Have you sorted out your pensions? What does that look like? What age do you want to retire? Do you know how much that's going to get for you? So it opens up everything to do with personal finances. Sorry, that's a long answer. Any other questions? There are no silly questions, so this is your time.
Yeah, I think everything that's in the chat, Pat, has now been picked up. So
yeah.
Hold on. Oh no, there's another one coming there from Teresa. That's feedback, isn't it? But what lovely feedback. Thanks, Teresa.
I do hope you've all found this useful today. Thank you for your attendance. Jason, back to you.
Yeah, fantastic. I think we've had some great questions come through, and thank you for sending those through and joining us today. I think it's been really interesting, and hopefully open people's eyes to the amazing resource that's out there provided by HSBC. So thank you for that. So yeah, it just leaves me to say thank you to Pat for the presentation, and Mwange for your input today, and Paul, thank you for joining us. And yeah, we'll hopefully get some great response to this and help some people out. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks very
Bye-bye.
much. Bye now. Thanks for having us.
Bye.